4 in this government of mine, one of the cities of which is called Jerusalem. The whole multitude of the Jews delivered to me a certain man called Jesus, bringing many accusations against him, which they were unable to establish by consistent evidence. But they would allege against him one heresy in particular, namely that Jesus said the Sabbath was not their rest, nor to be observed by them. And he performed many cures on that day, for he made the blind see and the lame walk. He raised the dead. He cleansed lepers. He healed the paralytic, who were wholly unable to move of themselves or to stand, but had all their nerves loosed, and could only speak and speak rationally. He gave them power to walk and run, removing their infirmity by his word alone. There was another thing which was matter of much wonder even among us. He raised up one who had been 4 days dead by a word only, calling the dead man by his name, Lazarus. And when the dead man felt the stink of the corpse, he ran out of the grave like a bridegroom out of his chamber, full of the sweetest perfume. And some that were cruelly vexed by devils, and had their dwellings in deserts, and ate the flesh of their own limbs, and lived like beasts and reptiles, he made to be dwellers in cities, and by his word restored them to a sound mind, and rendered them wise and powerful and illustrious, taking their food with all the enemies of the unclean spirits which were destroyed in them. And another again, who had a withered hand, and lived in much pain, and had not even the half of his body sound, he rendered whole by a word. And a woman who had an issue of blood for many years, so that all her joints and veins were drained of blood, and she did not bear the resemblance of a human body, but was like a corpse. And all the physicians of the region were unable to cure her, for there was no hope of life left in her. As Jesus passed by, she secretly took hold of the fringe of his garment behind, and immediately the power of her body was restored, and she became whole, as if she had never suffered anything, and she began to run swiftly to her own city, Capernaum. And these things were reported as facts. But the Jews cried out that Jesus was a magician, and did things contrary to their law. And I, believing that these things were so, having scourged him, delivered him to their will. And they crucified him. And when he was buried, they set guards upon him. But while my soldiers guarded him, he rose again on the 3rd day. And the wickedness of the Jews was inflamed to that degree that they gave money to the soldiers, saying, "Say that his disciples came and stole his body." But though they took the money, they were not able to conceal the fact that he had risen. For they testified that they had seen him risen, and that they had received money from the Jews. I have therefore reported these things, lest any other should lie to you, and you should think that the false reports of the Jews are to be believed.